May 14th, 2010, from the stylish high-tech underground studios of Ribbit Media in slowly warming Warwick, Rhode Island, this is NewsUndies. For May 14th, 2010, this is NewsUndies, all the news that shouldn't be news. Since this has been a week devoid of controversy, pig and sheep have the week off. I'm Paul Torville with these headlines. Tornadoes strike in Oklahoma. 5 dead, dozens injured, hundreds surprised. Times Square non-bombing continues to pointlessly consume column inches. Mysterious fake yo-yo master dupes local TV shows. Up next, a fiddle-playing contortionist regales us with a lively rendition of the Camptown Ladies. A Dutch boy survives a Libyan plane crash, was hanging from a bosun chair painting the plane's tail at the time of the crash. Bobby Brown. Hey gang, it's time for celebrity birthdays once again. I got my cake hat on, let's rock. For Saturday the 8th, Oscar Hammerstein, dead, and Harry S. Truman, dead. For Sunday the 9th, Glenda Jackson and James L. Brooks. For Monday the 10th, David O. Selznick, dead, and Jim Abrams. For Tuesday the 11th, Phil Silvers and David Guest. For Wednesday the 12th, Yogi Berra and Tom Snyder, dead. For Thursday the 13th, Harvey Keitel and Jim Jones, dead. For Friday the 14th, Byron Dorgan and Cece DeVille. That's celebrity birthdays. I'm Paul Torville and I'm done! We'll have stories in detail right after this.
I'm an atheist.
I'm an atheist.
I'm an atheist.
I'm an atheist.
I'm an atheist. I'm an atheist.
I'm an atheist.
I'm an atheist.
I'm an atheist.
About 3 weeks ago, the semi-submersible drilling platform called the Deepwater Horizon exploded, burned, and sank in the Gulf of Mexico about 41 miles off the Louisiana coast. Since then, the well under the platform has been spewing oil into the ocean at an estimated rate of between 200,000 and 1 million gallons a day. 3 main companies are being investigated by the U.S. Congress in the disaster. Transocean, owner of the platform and other equipment leased to BP, Halliburton, a subcontractor to BP, and BP itself, which is the primary leaseholder on the oil field and its lead developer. Of course, BP is blaming Transocean, and Transocean is blaming Halliburton. Hey guys, shut up! BP, as the company which stood to benefit long-term had the well been brought online successfully, and the one most strongly motivated to drill the well, and the primary lessee, and the one who hired Transocean and Halliburton, is the one responsible for the cleanup and mitigation. See how easy that was? With its centuries-long history of denying reality until it's the last one to get on board and always seeming to end up with an uncomfortable seat, the Catholic Church, under the leadership of Pope Benedict XVI, has inched closer to admitting that it, if you'll pardon the pun, screwed the pooch on this whole priests raping children thing. Like a child caught with its hand in the cookie jar, with melted chocolate chips smeared on its face and in its hair, crumbs all down the front of its shirt, and half a cookie still sticking out of his mouth, the Catholic Church has maintained since time immemorial that it had done nothing wrong, with perfectly sensible defenses like, no, of course not. Whatever gave you that idea? The Pope has now switched to acknowledging that there's something not wrong, but then again not exactly right either, and that maybe the Church needs to think about things for a while. He assures us he'll get back to us. Wall Street. Lena Horne died. That's a drag. And now, here's Moose Weintraub with a Sports Half Minute.
Moose Weintraub Sports Half Minute. It's a whole half minute of sports. 30 seconds of sports. Moose Weintraub Sports Half Minute.
Here's your Sports Half Minute. I'm Moose Weintraub.
Table shuffleboard may not see the kind of press coverage that regular shuffleboard gets.
And Trump's polls have been
Thanks, Moose. Always a great report from Moose. We've all heard the story. Isaac Newton, sitting in a meadow, observes an apple falling to the ground and is inspired to investigate the cause, resulting in his law of universal gravitation. That was some 350 years ago. Most reputable scholars seem to agree that the story, while comforting, is most likely, at least partly, an apocryphal post hoc fabrication. Nevertheless, always on a quest to outdo itself on the nerdy cleverness front, NASA will be lofting a 4-inch sliver from that tree. It really is from that tree. Really! The Royal Society of London says so. The sliver will be spacebound on an upcoming flight of the shuttle Atlantis. Piers Sellers, the British-born astronaut who will be carrying the sliver, remarked, quote, "I'll take it up into orbit and let it float around for a bit, which will confuse Isaac," end quote. No, Dr. Sellers, it won't confuse Isaac because he's dead. He's been dead. He's been dead for 283 years. Maybe you didn't get the memo? We'll have your exclusive pastcast weather and the final news roundup right after this.
I think we just have to wait a little bit.
How long does it take?
I don't know, I've never grown a deep.
Well, look at the wrapper!
I just threw it somewhere.
Oh!
So who am I gonna date?
I'm sorry.
This is not a dictator.
I'm a grown girlfriend.
And now, here's your exclusive pastcast weather for the week ending Friday, May 14th, 2010.
The Northeast saw showers and warm, rainy periods. The Atlantic corridor had occasional thunderstorms. Hey, that's right. In the Appalachians, Mark Sanford saw sunny seasonal conditions followed by scattered thunderstorms.
And that's your exclusive pastcast weather. Tiger Woods. For decades, Playboy magazine has been published in Braille, for those who really do get it for the articles. Now, Playboy is jumping on another sort of bandwagon, I guess. The June edition of the magazine features a 3D centerfold. Wow. Alrighty then. And finally, and I do mean finally, we all saw this coming, didn't we? Unsatisfied with her 700cc breast implants, and I can only guess that's per implant, plastic surgery addict Heidi Montag is reportedly planning to bump up to the 800cc models within the next month or two. Thank you, Heidi, for making breasts tedious. Well, that's all for this edition of News Undies. Remember, News Undies is a weekly show, and we'll be back Friday, May 21st with fresh undies. If you see news that shouldn't be news, email your story tips to undies@newsundies.com. Thanks for watching. Until next time, I'm Paul Torville. After that, I might be petitioning NASA to loft this sliver of the real Noah's Ark. Fiber. All right, let's get this party started right. Are you ready for this? About three... Shit. BP as the company... BP, as the company which stood to benefit long-term, had the well been brought to a boa. Crumbs all down the front of his shirt and half a cookie sticking... I just drove this whole goddamn thing into a hill, didn't I? Since then, Wells... From the top. 3, 2, 1, mark.